Buenos dias, amigos. Well, it is, I don't even know what the hell day it is anymore. Thursday. It's the 2nd of October. And it's been a hot minute since I put down a video, and I thought, this morning's the morning. Come hell or high water, I'm going to do this no matter the background noises. It's been pretty noisy out here, so that combined with traveling back to Canada for a couple weeks didn't leave me much time. So I figured this morning, you know what, damn it, we're getting to it. We're no more excuses. We're just going to figure out what we're saying, and we'll go from there. Looks like we have another big breakfast going to happen here this morning. All sorts of table decorations going on. I've got yet a cold from the airplane. We got Pool Boy over there cleaning up. And there you can see the breakfast over there getting set up. So we'll get this done and put in the can as it were ASAP. Got some construction going around in behind us. So I'm sure you'll probably hear that noise as well. And it is what it is. Okay. Time to get comfortable. We'll try and do it this way. I'm playing around with the microphone too, and it's gonna rub and make noises there. We'll try it from there. See what happens. I don't feel like flipping the microphone on. Let's see. Since we last spoke, I went home for 2 weeks to Canada to visit family and shoot a wedding, and everything went swimmingly at the wedding. Everything went fantastic at the wedding. A good time was had by all, and the pictures turned out beautiful. The bride and groom were happy with them, and frankly, that's all that matters to me. If they're happy, I'm happy. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. They were happy with them, so I'm happy. And they did turn out pretty good, if I do say so myself. Now we got people coming, so the dogs are gonna start barking too. So be prepared for that. I got home on Saturday afternoon, and I've been kind of down and out with a cold. I'm sure you can hear my voice, but I'm starting to feel better today. So we'll get things going here. And I booked flights for Emily, Jack, and Tamara to come down on the 26th of this month. I think that's what it was, 26th till the 2nd of November. They're going to come down and spend a week with me, and during that time, on the Tuesday, Tamara and the kids fly in on Sunday, and then on Tuesday, their mother gets here. Yes, my ex-wife and my ex-sister-in-law are coming for, I think, 3 weeks they're down for, so it should be fun. Should be a good time. We'll make the best of it. It'll be fun. I don't know. We'll get some air mattresses and put the kids on the floor, and we'll just camp. It's gonna be fun. It's lots to see and do down here. So we'll keep them busy. When I was back home, it was hard for me to get out and about for a variety of reasons. I'm gonna clip this on here. I'll stick a holding it for a variety of reasons. I had my dad's vehicle that I could drive around, but he is suffering from the early onsets of dementia, and I'd ask to borrow it, and he'd say yes. I'd use it, and then he'd yell at me for taking his truck. And it kind of got to be, I don't know, I didn't want to put any added stress onto him and so forth, so the last week or so there, I really didn't venture out all that far or all that much unless it was with dad or with mom, or and something had to be done or whatever. Because I didn't want to put any more stress on him than he already has. It's so frustrating for him to not be able to remember the little day-to-day things, and you can see it in him. It's very, very frustrating. He remembers stuff from his childhood, from when my sister and I were young, and family vacations and special events, and he remembers everything, but he has no short-term memory at all. And just to watch, even my mom give him a simple task to do, and one day he does it fine, and then 2 days later she'll ask him to do that same simple task again, and he'll need to walk by her 3 times asking for instructions. Now that might be because he was tired in the evening or whatever, but it's frustrating to watch. But it's I can't imagine how frustrating it is for him. And I know it's frustrating for my mom and my sister to deal with it 24/7, but it is what it is, and know, everybody's healthy. Other than that, everybody's healthy. Mom's got a sore back and has a tough time getting around, but we still manage. And then before I left, I put them on the pot, put them on the marijuana. Said, fuck it. So I went to the local pot shop, and of course, pot is legal in Canada. And I bought just some straight CBD oil, no THC in it, just straight CBD. And I think I was there. They had taken it for 2 days, I think, and both mom and dad claimed to their aches and pains had gone away. So, I mean, I hope it works. It seems to have. I know that on morning one, when me and the Sandy, who lives across the street from them, is their life support system. Really, she comes over and takes care of them, helps mom get into bed. She helps bathe them. She does everything for them around that house. And without her, they'd be done. But she came over. I told her about it. She said, "That's a great idea. Your mom was actually asking about marijuana and stuff, talking about it." And I said, "Well, there's no THC in this, but it's CBD oil, so let's see how it works." And mom was all receptive to the idea on night one, and she took it. And I noticed the next day she was standing up straighter. She wasn't slouched over. So hopefully it's working. I guess we'll find out in the long haul. And then I got home to a couple of emails from people that were upset with me because I didn't make time to come and see them. Well, I got to tell you, when I go home, family is priority one. And in this case, it was kind of priority two because the wedding took priority. These people paid me a good sum of money to come fly all the way from Puerto Vallarta to go up to Redwater to shoot their wedding. They paid me a pretty decent sum of money. So they were kind of priority one. And then priority two is family. And of course, my parents are older. They're not spring chickens, So spending time with them is getting to be more and more important all the time. So combine that with the fact I didn't feel comfortable taking my dad's vehicle all the time. I had to kind of pick and choose my spots. Now, I went out with dinner one night with a couple of friends. That was all prearranged, and they were willing to come over to the house and pick me up if need be, but that was early on in my trip, and I just took Dad's vehicle and went and met them and had dinner with them. And really, that's about it. And Lisa took me out for lunch one afternoon, or we went out to lunch together one afternoon, and she came to the house and picked me up, which was good. Again, I could have walked to where we went to have lunch, but she come over and picked me up, so it was all good. Other than that, I really didn't get out to see a lot of people. I'll be home for a week at Christmas, and I think is what I'm going to do when I get home is figure out my sister's schedule. My sister lives with my parents. She works from home. So I'll figure out when she's working, and when she's not working, if you want to see me, you come to my mom and dad's house to see me, and we can go in the basement and have the basement to ourselves and visit down there. If you don't want to be around my parents, or you just want to visit one-on-one with me, we can go in the basement. It's a fully developed basement. It's nice, and we can sit down there and visit. And if a couple people come over, whatever, we sit down, have a few beers, and visit down there. It's all good. But I'm only home for a week, and I don't plan on riding all over Hell's Half Acre to see people. It's just not conducive to a relaxing trip for me, and it gets expensive. Running here, there, and everywhere, gasoline gets expensive after a while. So, kind of put the kibosh on that. Not only that, I put Dad's truck to bed for the winter. So, I'm only going to pull it out if absolutely need be. If I get there and Mom and Dad want to go to the casino or whatever, then we'll do that. That's another thing we did too. We went to the casino one time. Other than that, like I say, there's not much going on. Tourist season is going to start here the end of this month. People will start rolling in, and it's going to get busier and busier around here. So Jimena's kind of geared up for it. I think she's ready to go. They built a new concrete bar, outdoor bar here for coffee and beer. It's kind of just a little coffee bar out in the garden. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun this year, I think. I know they were way busier this year than they were last in the summer, and it shows because they've done a lot of improvements around here. So it's going to be fun. I also got informed by Jimena when I got back I'm not allowed to leave here for 2 weeks at a time anymore, and I'm never allowed to move. So that's I got that going for me. I guess that's one good thing. So if ever there comes a time where I have to hide from the Mexican government, I know I'm safe here. Other than that, I don't think I have that much more to tell you. My tax situation, bang, forgot about that. That all got straightened out. It took some legwork, a lot of phone calls and emails and back and forth between myself, Revenue Canada, and my bank and Manulife Bank, or Manulife Finance. The way it worked was when Doe passed away, my wife, I got her pension from Costco. Her pension was held by Manulife. I wanted it out of Manulife and into my Scotia account so I'd have more control over where the money was being invested and so forth. So I had Manulife transfer the money over to Scotia Bank. And we did everything, da-da-da. Manulife, in turn, on the T4 that they filed to Revenue Canada, put it as a pension refund. That's what they had put for wording on it, pension refund. I never did get a copy of a T4 from them. So in talking to Revenue Canada, they said, well, we need that word refund changed to transfer. That's the only thing that was screwing the whole system up. So I got a hold of Manulife, and Manulife said, nope, we're not doing that. The pension was in your wife's name, not yours. Don't care that she died and left it to you. You still weren't our client, and we are not going to change it. So I got a hold of my guy at my bank, and he went back into the annals of the archives and found the original transfer papers that showed the money being transferred from Manulife to Scotia. And he forwarded that to me. I in turn forwarded that to Canada Pension with a letter explaining, or not Canada Pension, but CRA, with a letter explaining that Manulife won't deal with me. This is what I have from my bank. That's all, my hands are tied at this point. That prompted a phone call from a gentleman by the name of Bob from CRA. And he informed me that, or he asked me a bunch of questions about Manulife and dealing with them. And I said, well, they refused to deal with me because it's in my wife's name. They wouldn't change any wording, da-da-da-da. And he informed me that that's, anywhere between a $50,000 and a $500,000 fine. And they are going to look into it. So I win on that respect too. But all my tax information, everything's all good. I'm good to roll. So that was all good. So my $77,000 tax bill has been wiped out, and I'm down to owing, I think, $2,000, which I'll clear up here in the next 2 months, thanks to a clerical error by my bank, which is another story. So with those pensions been a pain in my ass. With those pension, I took a lump yearly payment last year out of it, which you have to every year take X amount of dollars. So I took X amount of dollars out last year to help finance my drive down here and stuff like that when I moved down here. Good, we're done. January 1st of 2026, I have another. I'll be eligible for another withdrawal, and the choice is mine. I could do a monthly withdrawal or quarterly or yearly. So I got a hold of my bank guy and said, well, come January 1st, I want to switch to a monthly withdrawal, da-da-da-da. And he says, well, we haven't paid you for this year at all. Like, we owe you 9 months of payments yet. And I said, well, I thought that was due on January 1st of next year. He says, no, that was on January 1st of this year. He says, everything's kind of a you're royally screwed up. You're a year behind. So he went through his computer and calculator and da-da-da and decided the most money into my jeans would be to go 3 quarterly payments that are going to give me X amount of dollars, less taxes for October, November, December. Okay, perfect. So I got the first payment on October 1st, which helped me pay off my credit card for the trip to Edmonton and left me, wow, quite a bit of extra money actually, and helped Mary get her airline tickets and so forth to get down here. So, excellent. I'm ahead of the ball game, and that'll pay for my trip home at Christmas. So, and then when I was home last time, finished up shooting the wedding, drove back to Edmonton. Of course, you know, your mind's going a million miles an hour. There's no way I'm going to sleep when I get home. It's 11 o'clock at night. So I thought, I'm going to stop by the casino. So I stopped by the casino and won $900, something like that. And then I went home. And then a couple days later, when I went for dinner with friends, walked up to the VLT, threw $20 in the VLT, and cashed out $900. So I came home up a bunch of money to begin with. So all in all is good. Happy to be home. Happy to be down here. Man, oh man, the difference in from the 6 months prior to this time in Canada. Wow, you know the pricing on everything. Mom and I went to Costco, and I was going to buy steaks and take steaks home to Mom and Dad's and barbecue them. And bear in mind, I just won $1,800. I didn't buy the steaks. I couldn't justify the cost of them. So I got home and promptly told Dad that, you know, if you want steaks for dinner anytime, you're going to have to get a part-time job, both you and Mom. He's, oh yeah, I know. And then I got home, and I had to go get groceries and shit because I drained my place. And I went to my butcher's and I bought 6 really good steaks, fillets, 6 filet mignons, and they're 6 inches round, 2 inches thick. I bought 6 of them and a pound of bacon, and it cost me 498 pesos. Oh, and some pork belly, and it cost me 498 pesos, which is $35 Canadian. And you cannot buy a steak in Canada for $35. Now, I know you all think, oh, it's Mexican beef. You know what? It's no different than Canadian beef the way I do mine. It's flavorful, it's tender, it's really good. And I just can't believe the price difference it's just insane. I mean, I understand the produce I get down here is way less expensive because, well, majority of it's grown here. But even imported items like grapes, you know, a bag of grapes that they import into the Edmonton area, I get those same things here. You guys are paying about $7 a pound for those. I'm paying $3. And they're the same grapes from the same manufacturer. So you tell me who's screwing who. And it's not so much the Canadian government as it is the Canadian grocery retailers. But that's a whole other topic that I'm not getting into, politics and shit like that. My flight, I went from here. I had an hour and a half layover in Denver. That's on the flight to Edmonton. Hour and a half layover to Edmonton, and after walking what seemed like 5 miles to get from the gate where my plane kicked me out to customs and immigration, because I had to check into the United States of America, go through customs, and then once through customs, had to clear security, and then go to my boarding gate. And when I got to security and then over to United's counter to get a boarding pass, I looked at the guy behind the counter and said, I don't think I'm going to make my connecting flight. As he's typing it up, and he said, oh, you got lots of time. I said, man, I just walked what seemed like an hour just to get here. He said, yeah, you're about right. It should take you about an hour to get here. He said, but to get to your next plane, I said, yeah, and that's in Section B, which is what, 3 miles away? 5? He said, well, it doesn't matter. You just go down the stairs here, you get on a train, take the train down, get off at B, and then go up the escalator, and about 2 blocks down will be your boarding gate. You'll be there in time to have dinner yet. And sure enough, he was right. So it was, pretty good coming out of Puerto Vallarta into Edmonton, and then flying home. Again, Edmonton, Denver, here. I had an hour layover in Denver, but because I had gone through customs in Canada into the United States, U.S. immigration, I didn't have to do it in Denver. So my plane let me off at, I think it was A24, and I had to transfer onto a plane that was leaving from A26. So two boarding things over. So get off plane, walk 100 yards, sit down, and wait for them to open the plane door to get in the plane. So really convenient, saved me a shit ton of money. I only paid $426 for round trip, which was nice. Little inconvenient, but now that I know how it works, it's not so bad. It makes for a long travel day from here because I left here really early in the morning. I'm about an hour and a half drive or a 2-hour bus ride from the airport here. So I took the bus going into town, and it wasn't bad. It was early in the morning and not a lot of people on it, so it wasn't bad. And then coming home was right at rush hour in the evening, and I lost 7 pounds on the ride home just in sweat weight. So it's great for your diet too. So got that going for me. Got a clean bill of health from my doctor. He couldn't believe how much my cholesterol and blood sugars had dropped in 6 months. And it's just eating clean down here. It's, I haven't changed my diet really. It's just the food down here isn't processed. You're not eating, processed food at all. There is none. Everything was fresh, so you have to cook it yourself, or have a restaurant guy cook it for you. So, yeah, it's healthier living, except for the smoking. But you guys got to have some vices, right? Anyways, that's about it for now. We'll touch base here. Well, hopefully while the kids are here and stuff like that, we'll be able to put forth some content as to what we're doing, where I'm taking them and showing them. And I think we'll go, they want to go snorkeling out on the island. I know that much because Jack showed me his mask and snorkel he got when I was there last. And he was pretty excited to go snorkeling. So we'll go to the island, take them snorkeling, and then probably just putz around and just do some fun things around here and go to the beaches and go to the markets and do a bunch of shopping. And it's just a nice casual week. They're only here for a week, so pack in a little bit of stuff to do and then some relaxed time. Taya and Tanya are here for 3 weeks, and Taya's been here before on day trips, extended day trips, so getting here at 9 in the morning and leaving here at 9 in the evening type deal. And she kind of has a lay of the land. She knows some people down here already. And her and Tanya are pretty self-sufficient. Tanya will just sit by the pool all week or for 3 weeks. And Taya will venture out and do shit. So nothing's really going to change. I'll just do my own thing and go from there. So it'll be good. Be good to have some company around. And like I say, if you're planning on coming down here and you're going to be in the neighborhood here or Puerto Vallarta, let me know. I've got some people staying in Puerto Vallarta in January I'm going to go see. So let me know if you're going to be around, and I'll come out and meet you, or you guys come out here and meet me. And we'll go for dinner or something. May as well. Can afford it down here. Okay, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Have fun.